Hello, welcome everyone to Dropping Times. I got my main man Douglas Blake here, and we're gonna break down Game One of the NBA Finals for you.
Let's
How you
talk about
feeling, Doug?
it. I'm feeling good, man. It was a good game. Like I said, game one is really going to determine how who takes the first lead of it and who's going to adjust after this. But that first game, it was close until the end. It was real close until the end, man. The Knicks turned up the last 2 minutes, man. That was amazing. Like, especially with the fact that they are a team and they've been together for a while. They know how to gel together and know how to, when it's 2 minutes, hey, we got to do what we need to do, take advantage of what needs to be done.
Yeah, man. I mean, they got that closer, right? They got Brunson. They know he's the man, and he was the man. I think, I was saying to you last week, these guys are gonna have a rude awakening with all these Spurs guards, but I was way wrong, man. He popped the cork on Champagne. He cooked Carter Bryant. He deveined Vassell. I mean, he was killing everyone. The only thing he didn't do is he wasn't storming that castle. I feel like Castle wasn't on him enough.
Hmm.
But of course, Brunson gets switches on whoever he wants. I was trying to figure out who he was going to pick on, and it ended up being Champagne was the guy he picked on the most.
Yeah,
It's kind of bad news for the Spurs because Champagne's their best 3-point shooter. Man, he was going off in that first half.
yeah,
I think it's 5 for 5, maybe 5 for 6 from three. He was just talking smack to everybody. Oh my
yeah. He
God.
definitely was. He definitely was. And
But
then
then
the
he,
second half, it smacked. They got smacked. That's what happened. It finally hit him. He couldn't hit nothing. Like the last five after that, he couldn't make anything.
yeah, I think the Knicks finally decided to start guarding the best 3-point shooter on the other
Hmm.
team, which, was really a good adjustment. And yeah, and he was making some heat check shots. He kept missing them. And worse yet, he was just getting cooked by Brunson, as I said. Brunson and Cat helped make that huge comeback. It was like a 14-point game in the third.
Hmm.
And both those guys, especially Cat, I was just really impressed with Cat. Like, I
Yeah,
think we
step it
talked a
up.
lot about Cat's got that knucklehead factor, right?
Hmm.
And he wasn't getting he was very handsy, but they weren't calling fouls on him. Scott Foster was letting him play. And I was impressed. He guarded Wemby well. I mean, apparently Wemby was 2 for 12 against him, and that's awesome. And then on
Yeah.
the offensive end, he was driving by. He drove by him like 3, 4 times. Wemby did get one block on him, but just that first time.
And he got a double double on top of that too. That was another thing that I was very, very, very happy about. Him getting a double double, doing what he needed to do. Like that was one thing I did say he does need a rebound if they're gonna win this. If they're gonna win this game, but he definitely rebound. But Josh Hart was another person that played everything, and like I always say, he's the guy that's going to be the key factor for this team because him rebounding, running the court, and not just really like I said, Brunson doesn't have to have the ball. Everybody else can dribble the ball, coming down court with the ball and run the offense and everything. But with Josh Hart, when he comes down the floor, he's gonna attack, but he's gonna attack to the point where he's gonna find that wide open shot or find that next person that's trailing coming in to help out, or he's gonna go ahead and score. So with Josh Hart, he was just balling. He was getting
Yeah, I
them
mean,
boards though.
talking about rebounding, yeah, 15 boards for Hart. Oh, from the 6'5" guy. That's
Hmm.
incredible. Hart he wasn't shooting too well. That was really
No,
hurting the Knicks in that first quarter. They took him out, put Shamet in. That helped the Knicks a little bit,
yeah,
weather the storm. But Hart is an amazing player. Just like the 3 points only, pretty terrible shooting, but just such a huge impact. Kind of seems to always be there for steals
yep.
and
He had four of
yeah,
them.
with
He
those
had four of those.
rebounds.
Yeah,
Also
he
has
played his
six
role though.
assists.
Yeah, exactly. So he can, like I said, he always, most of the time, he gets like a triple double sometimes. So it's with his game, he's a all around player. He's not a dominant scorer or a post player that scores in the post or anything. He does everything. He can do anything and everything, and it's hard to guard somebody that can do everything and not just really. just be the person that's vocal and take over the games. So he can just play off of everybody else. And that's what he does. He watches their shot and go get rebounds. And because he definitely left Wemby a lot of times and like bump Wemby to go to the goal to get rebounds. So it give Wemby a chance not to get the rebounds, but they also, he's he's a dog for the ball when it comes to rebounds. He's the Dennis Rodman for them. I would give it Charles Oakley if anything. He's the Charles Oakley for them or the Knicks because Oakley used to get in rebounds too, just like that. And a Josh Hart, man, he surprised me though. I could figure with especially with him when he left New Orleans. When he left New Orleans, that's when I knew him going to New York was gonna be a little bit better for him. So especially since him and Brunson and Bridges went to college together and played, so it it makes sense. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean they got a chemistry there. I gotta stop you though, man. The Oakley comparison. Oakley was like an oak tree, man. He was in there. He was
he
knocking
was
everybody
bucking
out of the way and
everybody.
getting those
Yeah,
boards. That ain't that ain't Josh Hart. Josh Hart more sneaks in and grabs them. Maybe Dennis Rodman's a more apt comparison,
yeah,
although even that's a little bit sacrilegious. But he did a great job. You were talking about Brunson's passing. I mean, Brunson only had 2 assists. He's really
he was
just more on the
scoring.
score of that ball, and
Mm,
and that's what the Knicks needed, especially at the end there. Wow, yeah, I mean, it was tied up with 2 minutes
95.
left.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
95,
at
95. But then after that,
95,
they scored 10 points after that. I was like, dang, because
ten.
I didn't get to watch the last 2 minutes of it, but I looked at it, I was like, okay, so it's close. They might go overtime. Put the phone down, picked it back up, and they was up by 10. I said, the game over with? I was like, oh my goodness. Like the Knicks don't play. The Knicks don't
Yeah,
play.
I mean, well, yeah, you got Brunson just making the shots, just working Vassell. I mean, Vassell's a great defender. Like
Hmm.
he was playing great against SGA, and Brunson he not only doing step backs, he's doing like step threes and kind of stepping into him and laying it up. It's impressive.
And he's left-handed, so you got to understand that too. It's hard to guard left-handed people. Right-hand people can
Yeah,
guard right hand with no problem, but when you guard a left hand, you don't know which way they are going to go. You're gonna force them right, they might take advantage of you and go right, but end up still going left. It's hard. It's hard with guarding left-handed people, especially a short left-handed person. And Brunson, like I said, he plays like a big when he goes to the post too. When he does that up and under moves and he'll put that elbow on them to get that advantage to lay it up and everything. So like he knows what to do and he worked on it for a long time. So it's like it shows. It shows.
yeah, and he has like some sneaky athleticism. Like he can get to the hoop fast, like off some of those moves.
Hmm.
I'm impressed with. But this was a big left-handed battle, man. We had a Fox versus Brunson, man. This is the
Yeah.
ultimate Douglas showdown. Fox, clutch player of the year a couple years ago, the
Yeah.
first time they made the award, he was not clutch. He in
He,
that
he
last
had a
two
great
minutes,
game.
he had a big, he had a great move, had a wide open like 8-footer, and he bricks it. He
Uh-huh.
also well, he drove in and they were down 6, so they needed a three. So I think he made the right play because he kind of passed it back out. But eventually the ball went to Wemby for the three, and he's not the guy I want taking those last second threes. I know he made a couple in previous series, but I want
Yeah.
that ball in Penny's hands or Vassell's.
Yeah.
Oh, this reminds me, man. I just had to mention this. Like, I just think Vassell has got one ugly shot, man. What do you think about this, Doug?
He got a quick release. That thing is quick. Yeah, when he gets
It's
it,
like
it's
a
quick. It's quick.
stilted. It's not like a one body motion, right? He ain't
Yeah.
jumping and he's kind of like he jumps up and then it like,
And pushes it off.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man, but it's fairly effective
Hmm.
anyway.
It
And
was
then
go ahead.
oh, well, I was just gonna say like Brunson, another thing that amazed me is just he's got like these two leg injuries, man. Like
Oh yeah. He had the ankle
someone,
and
I
then
think
when
it was Hart. Hart pushed Barnes into his legs
mm,
and it didn't look good. I mean, he was limping. He went back to the back of the stadium. He had Stephen A. practically crying, and somehow he just comes back. A little while later, they were gonna put like a knee thing
it's
on
on
him. He said no, and he just comes out. I think he had blood, bro. There was like a red. I mean, what is a red mark on your knee? There's blood. I
That's
don't know
blood. Yeah, yeah.
how
Because
the hell
you
he
ain't
gets.
you're not playing football.
But he has like these leggings on, bro.
Yeah,
Like, how is he getting
yeah.
blood? I don't.
When you hit the ground, it does affect you now because you can scrape your the tights up. They'll get scratched up.
I guess yeah.
I had
Maybe
a couple of wearing before.
Barnes' head or something scratched him. I don't know. And then he
Yeah,
later had his ankle stepped on, and he still kept going. I mean, just so tough, that guy. Wow.
yeah. He's got heart. He's got real heart.
Yeah. And then in the third quarter, oh man, they put that Carter Bryant, the slam dunk contest guy, on him, and I mean, this guy is like super athletic. The
Yeah.
dunks he's making in the slam dunk contest, he's like six. I don't know, at least six
I think
seven.
he's
I
six
think
six. I think he's six
six
six.
six.
Yeah, six
Okay.
seven, 6'7". Yeah.
Yeah, he's tall, and Brunson just cooked him, man. He was just like, oh, we get this rook. It's just
Yeah.
making
He's a
all his
veteran. He's a true
moves.
veteran. It really is the OGs versus the young guns. So I mean, with this game, it really is like, that's what it really is. The starters for the Knicks are older, and then the starters for the Spurs are very, very young. So it's like you're playing against the young versus the old. So who's going to win this?
And the coach too, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got Mike Brown's this 12th year coaching, been an
Hmm.
assistant for a long time, the Warriors too. And you got Mitch Johnson, pretty young coach, and he's put in that Carter Bryant in,
Yeah.
didn't coach. I mean, he needed to yank him out even quicker. They showed your boy Pop up in the stands, man, and I hate to say this, but he looks a little like a stroke victim, man.
He had one. He had one. He did have one.
Oh, okay. Well, he kind of looked that way, man.
Yeah,
I know
he's
I have
tired.
some
He's
personal.
very tired, man. Like
Yeah.
that's why he had to step down because of the stroke, and he had the stroke and everything. So he's been taking care of himself and just
I don't know
relax.
if he's the mastermind behind the scenes that you're talking
Oh
about.
no, he is. Oh no, he is now. He's probably looked at that game and probably they breaking it down right now. And Castle will be guarding Brunson next game. I feel like it's gonna be Castle. They're gonna make Castle and Harper. They're gonna have them on him more than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't see enough Harper on him.
Mhm.
He wasn't one of my guys who got cooked in the lineup. And Castle, like, yeah, I mean, Castle was guarding him and he does get switches, but Castle needed to be
He's
on him in those last minutes, not the cell. They had the
yeah.
cell on him. And sometimes he wasn't even looking for the switch. He's just like, I'm going to cook the cell. And he did.
But the thing is too, when it comes down to the fourth quarter, you gotta save your shooters. You gotta save your shooters by not having them work hard on defense. If they work hard on defense, they're not gonna hit their shots because they're gonna be tired.
Oh, that's a good point. Right. The cell's one of their shooters. And maybe Castle, who sees that infinite energy anyway,
Uh,
should be the guy on him. I want to see Castle doing more. So they in those last 2 minutes they kept passing it to Wemby the whole time, and like, you do
mhm.
something, Wemby. And Wemby wasn't getting by Cat. There wasn't. Wemby doesn't have that go-to move like you were talking about last time, Doug. And I want to see Castle in that place get into the hoop, maybe doing pick and rolls with Wemby, whatever. That gets Wemby easy shots. It was like the ball in Wemby's hands at the 3-point line. And I'm like, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot to
Yeah,
handle. It's not
yeah.
necessarily the best.
But the thing is too with this game, they didn't pressure Brunson like they did with OKC because he didn't have to have the ball. They run offense off of him to do what he needs to do, and it hurts them more because they can't pressure him because he's got to be ball dominant, be at the top of the key and everything. Brunson can go around picks and go off screens to get open and take shots or either get the ball, then take his move. Where OKC, when they came down the court, they stayed at the top of the key waiting for SGA to give him the ball, and then when they doubled. So it all plays a role, but they might try to pressure Brunson a little bit more with a double team too. So they didn't do it as much in this game. So they're definitely gonna try it. and have somebody else beat them. That's what they're going to try to do more, and if they change up their defense and everything, because I see that was their breadwinner to win and get to the finals. So why not use that same defense that helped y'all get there? So
That's an
like I
interesting
said,
point, Doug.
we're
You're,
gonna see how that change up.
are you a little bit saying that they can't do that move because of the way they get Brunson off screens and stuff?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
kind of
yeah. They run their offense. They can run their offense off of any of the players. So it's not just they're all ball dominant. So they run the offense off of Josh Hart. Brunson can just go around the screens and get open and do what he needs to do, and Josh Hart can pass to him. So it's like, but most of his moves, most of his most of the plays that he run for him either is going to be on the block or either at the tee. So like whenever he gets his opportunities when he's off the ball, they're not taking him all the way out to the top of the key. Most of the time, they're trying to get him in the post or either in his his spots that he like to shoot in.
okay? Yeah, I'll watch for that. America, let's watch for that. Good point, Doug. I think they were playing a little bit of ball denial. Like Vassell was trying to deny him,
Yeah,
but
it wouldn't work.
it
It
wasn't
wasn't working with
working.
the little
Yeah,
guy.
he was able to still get it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Um.
It was a good game, man. It definitely the fact that I could see it's being close and they are working, but it was more of the shots. If the shots wouldn't fall in the beginning for New York, and then they started catching fire at the end of the game because normally those shots usually fall in the beginning. Like with New York, that's how they usually get their leads and they keep it going. But their shots wasn't falling, and they haven't played in a while, so they've been snoozing since they had they swept. So they watched the whole seven series go through and just like haven't had a real physical game. So their shots gonna be off, of course. But like I said, second game is really gonna change up. We're gonna see how they play and if Josh Hart's still gonna be have the same energy, getting rebounds, and he can lead the team in rebounds in the finals. I can see it if he still plays that same way. But he might have to the next game might be his game. He might be the leading scorer of the team, and Brunson might have a double double. So you never know, or it might be Bridges because Bridges didn't have a big game either. But they everybody knows their role, and it's going to be times that it's going to be somebody else that's going to step up.
Yeah, I think like Shamet was key. He was the only guy hitting his threes. He
Yeah.
was key in that 14-point comeback too. He hit a few shots.
Hmm.
It was kind of interesting. They were like taking out OG for Shamet, which I thought was interesting. Was OG not having a good game or something? Like I can't.
I mean, he
His
had
numbers,
17. He had
yeah, his
17, but
numbers
it was
looked
just
pretty
more.
good.
I think it was more of the running gun on them because with them running against the Spurs, they had to keep up with them, and that's why. And OG's a little bit, he's a bigger guy, but they wanted to keep the hype and keep the speed going up too. So
Oh, you think OG can't run as fast with
oh no,
the?
no, he can, but they want to keep it to the point where with the Spurs, they do run young and have young guys that's gonna run. They're gonna need somebody to have that same energy that can keep up with the smaller guys, but also can shoot and give them a hard time because most time they don't pay Shamet no attention. Like you're not thinking Shamet's gonna shoot, and when he gets the ball, he's lighting that thing up. So now
Wait, was
they sprinting.
OG guarding Champagne?
Yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah,
Okay, well then that makes sense, man.
yeah. Remember, I
Because
told you they do. I
Champagne
remember I
was
told you they got
cooking.
small guard. Yeah, I told you they got small guards. So I mean, with the Spurs,
I
it's
feel
it's
like
gonna be a little
Champagne
bit.
was talking smack to everybody else though, but
he
maybe
was
it's
him.
just because
So him and Alderone, they were rivals in high school.
uh,
So they was talking junk to each other.
interesting.
They shot one of them shot a three and then the other one shot a three back after them, and they was talking junk
Yeah,
to each
yeah.
other. So
Okay,
that's what
that
it
makes
was.
sense. Oh, that's a good analogy there, Doug. They're high
And they
school
both from New
rivals.
York too. And they both from New York, so that's another thing too. So like they
So
talking
they like
junk.
played AAU against each other, I guess, in
Oh
high
no,
school, you saying?
high school basketball. Their high schools were
Just regular
rivals.
high schools.
Yeah, they high school were
Okay.
rivals. Yeah,
Interesting.
but yeah. So they definitely was an interesting game. Like that's it means something to them between them two.
Right. Okay, that's a great insight.
But that's a true New York. That's a true New York beef right there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean that's good. I mean, Champagny had he had 11 threes,
Hmm.
his highest scoring game ever against the Knicks this year.
Yeah,
And like it was like a 134 to 132 game. I mean, 11 threes. Wow, that's like
yeah.
close to the record, or
I
would have
mean,
been the record,
the
right?
last one I know that was shooting from San Antonio like that was Danny Green, and he was lighting it up when back then, and
That's
you
true.
couldn't just
Good
wasn't
callback.
expecting nothing out of him. So, but yeah, they're trying to figure it out, man. They're if the coach, like I said, if I know Pop gonna say something about this whole game and have them rechange some stuff, it's gonna get changed, and they'll win game two.
All right. Well, okay. Well, we talked a bit about put Castle on Brunson more. What other changes do you think Pop or whoever or Mitch will install?
The defense, they're definitely gonna change up on some of the defense, and
You're saying
uh
like doubling Brunson a bit. What about the
yeah.
whole Wemby situation, the Cat situation? I was super impressed by Cat. I just want to say, I think he
Hey.
talked after the game about how he felt this calm and like his felt his dead mother's spirit or something,
Hmm.
and he was kind of playing like a kid or something like that. And he was playing free and easy and not pressured. And
Yeah.
props out to him.
I'm trying. Hey, that sweep. That's what it was. That once he had that sweep, he was having time to relax and get his mind together. He back home. He said, "Now I can do this for the city." Even though he's from Jersey, but still he can do it for part of the city.
Okay, but let's get back. What adjustments do you think?
Other than that,
What
they're
about
probably
on
going
offense?
they're probably going to try to get Wemby to do more as far as getting him and Castle together and playing having a little bit more scoring and relying on each other a little bit more. And
Yeah, get some more
Fox
pick and
really
roll
going to do some
action though
pass.
too.
Fox might do a little bit more passing more than anything instead of shooting. That would probably be another thing he's going to have to lay down on the shooting. I know he's having a hard series already. Just the foot still is bothering him, so that probably plays a part in this whole thing. But I mean, it's the playoffs. You gotta shake it off and be ready for the next game. Like be the Fox that we
Yeah.
know, but he's getting older too. And if that injury in his foot is really bothering him, they probably gonna have surgery on it after the season. But and if you know, we gonna have to see. We'll see. He might stay. He might change up next game. He might end up having a 24 point game and making all his shots or something. So you never know.
I mean, given his status, he should be having that type of game, Doug. I'm pretty disappointed by him. He was pretty terrible in that Oklahoma City series too until that seventh game. I
Yeah,
mean, I think if he keeps going like this, you just got to put Dylan Harper in more. You take Fox's minutes more.
yeah,
I mean, Harper was so good again, just getting to the rim so
and getting the
easy.
rebounds too. He was getting rebounds too. Also, he had 8 boards. I mean, they it would make sense to switch out Fox, especially if it helps you out guarding the second and playing against the secondary of the Knicks. You'll be able to shine a little bit more because they're not as they can't guard you. So you can be able to take advantage of it compared to playing against the starters and doing all the running and everything. Especially if it's going to affect your moving around, especially on defense, because you have to do more movements guarding Brunson, guarding Hart, or either Bridges. So it for Fox, they might have to let him come off the bench and let Harper take over and have tall guards and just everybody can be responsible on defense and do what needs to be done.
Yeah, I also think they could play their stops a little more. I mean, Cornet only played 10 minutes. Wemby maybe gets a little tired there. I mean, he's got a huge guy guarding him,
Hmm.
you know, and Keldon Johnson only played 8 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely didn't play that much.
He's a good player. You can play him more. I think
Yeah,
trust in your bench a little more, I would
it was the
say,
fact they
and
played
give your starters
Burns.
some rest.
They played Harrison Barnes this series though. That was the thing because
That's interesting.
because
That's an interesting choice they made.
they would have played
Maybe
Johnson instead of him instead of
get a guy
Johnson
who's
wasn't
big
man.
enough on OG. Like, I wonder why they're playing Barnes more because
That
they
could have been it.
haven't been playing him as much. Yeah.
Could have been it though. but he didn't really do too much though. But it was that was a thing too that I noticed. I was like, well, man, Harrison Barnes played. Like he ain't played in the series yet. So
Yeah, no shade at Harrison Barnes. Like I think he's a good player. I just they haven't been playing him as much. Yeah,
yeah,
so yeah, that's interesting. He did injure uh, Brunson, but that wasn't his fault. That was he was getting pushed by Josh Hart there.
I guess he did something right then. I guess, but they thought he did something right.
Well, I think, great game, and I just want to pat myself on the back. About 15 minutes before tip off, I equalized my bets, man. So I put in a bunch of money on the Knicks, and now no matter who wins, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be in the money. So I just want to pat myself on the back there because let me tell you, the odds completely flipped since that game was.
Yeah, yeah, they
Would it
definitely
have been?
did.
Yeah.
They might go to seven series, or either I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say about this series because it could hit or miss. It
I
could
mean,
be
it
a
could be the Knicks sweeping again, man. I
yeah.
mean, it could be like,
If it
shoot.
goes to that, then that will be if that does happen next year. The Spurs are going to go crazy because Wemby is already gonna be dreading it now already. As you seen how emotional he was going to the championship, him losing it, and I don't think he'll be able to. Not 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 in a bad way. I just don't think he's gonna have a good summer because he's gonna be thinking about that whole thing, and that's when he'll probably change his game up and find certain things that he needs to do to be that player and everything. And he might find that one move to go get those points and everything, and not just worry about all this stuff and just play windy ball and just play freely. So, but we gonna
Yeah, I
see.
mean, the Knicks didn't play that well. Like, they were a bit rusty. I
Yep,
mean, Brunson, 2 for 9 from three. Only guys who could hit threes were Anunoby and my
damn it.
boy Shamet.
Yeah.
Miles McBride had a couple,
And that
but
was
they
another
were,
person that I didn't step up. Well, not saying he didn't step up, but I would expect him to have some points coming off the bench too for them because he's like a spark that comes off the bench for them most of the time. But he's a in and out guy, and he shoots a lot too. So I mean, it just depends. It just depends on with him too if he'll come off the bench next game and have 15 instead of 9 or 12 points. Like he might be a big key player on the bench, off the bench, or either it might be what's Shamet, like you said, it might be Shamet
Jordan
coming off the bench.
Clarkson.
Yeah, Clarkson too. I was expecting him to do something like that too, but he didn't. So, but he did a little bit, but
Yeah, Shamet's taken the majority of those minutes, seems like.
yeah,
Robinson came in with his broken pinky. He basically bricks two dunks. I mean,
yeah,
he hit one somehow, but he was like getting fouled at the same time, and the ball missed, and then somehow still dribbled in. It
went in.
was kind of. I was like, yeah, I think this is a finger problem.
Yeah,
Um,
he's a
but
he's a good
no,
rebounder
he
though.
got his boards. Yeah,
Hmm.
he got his boards. He's a big body to box out Wemby. He was doing the Gortat screens on Wemby to, block
To
him
get
out.
him out of the
So
way. Yeah,
yeah, so other guys can get to the rim. So we'll keep monitoring that situation.
and he got hurt. He got hurt at home
He
for his
punched
pinky.
something, bro. He must
Yeah.
have punched. At home
Yeah, he
or in
did
a
something at
bar.
home. Yeah, I think it was at home. He had a home incident or something that happened that messed his pinky up.
Apparently, that's a boxer's injury, man. Breaking your
So
pinky.
yeah, but he probably got a boxing ring at home to have been working out and did it. A lot of these players got a lot of stuff like that at home, man. They like to work out and
Okay.
do that while they at home. But
Don't they make those boxing pads so that you won't make them soft so that you won't break your pinky
I
out of
guess he
it?
trying
I
to
mean,
show he got rough hands. He trying to keep them hands rough so he can get ready for those rebounds, man. I don't know.
what's he? What is he touching anything for, man? The guy is in the NBA finals. Like, what's he upset about? Like, come on.
I mean, he did have a issue with a couple of players in this some of the series. series that they had. What he had one with somebody in Atlanta. Then he had one with Atlanta, and then did he have somebody with the Sixers that he was getting into it with? Was him and Embiid getting into it, or was it it was somebody? But yeah, he could have been relieving some stress.
I can't remember. But speaking of issues, there was something like Brunson at the end of the game after winning and after being the hero. He was still just pissed. He went over to Scott Foster and was chatting with Scott Foster.
Hmm.
Then, like, it seemed like he got even more pissed. Like there was some fan or something. I don't know what was going through his head, but it was weird because they had these like cameras just on him, and it's the finals, right? So it's all these international people. Their cameras are their cell phones, like these little
Hmm.
girls following him, and he's just like stomping off like anger. I'm like, dude, you just freaking like were the hero and won game one at the other team
Nah,
stadium. Like,
he wanted to complain about something else because he wanted to get them to understand there was something that was going on. I don't know exactly what it
oh,
was, but it must have been something that could have got him hurt or something. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, I don't think he liked when Cornette stepped on his ankle, but I mean, Cornette was just jumping in there. That wasn't like
Yeah,
anything on Cornette's fault. He was
yeah,
angry. He was yelling at Scott Foster then, but I mean, this was like a half later, like after the game. But I will say, Doug, I know you're a fan of the NBA having a script. I think putting Scott Foster in as the ref in San Antonio, Scott Foster, he's an anti-home team ref. Okay,
yeah.
I'm not saying he's like cheating or anything like that. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying that he doesn't give a
Home
fuck
team advantage.
about the
Yes,
home crowd, right?
yeah.
He just calls them
What
as
he
he
see?
sees them. He is
Hmm.
not influenced by that home crowd. So
Yeah.
putting him in because nearly every other ref in the NBA is because I don't know, man. They just need to be more professional. Putting him for the home, it's a home team disadvantage. Let me tell you, with Scott Foster
Hmm.
there, there might be a little bit of cooking here, man, for the Knicks. Because boy, that
Unless
would be a
the whole
big
city,
deal if the Knicks win.
the whole
Yeah.
city of New York must have paid him some money then, or must have paid all the referees. We got you taken care of. Cause the Nick Nation was, and there was a lot of Nick fans in San Antonio too. So like I said, they everywhere. They're everywhere.
Oh my God, they are, dude. Like some of us called them cockroaches. That was Barkley. Like, yeah, the whole crew was there in San Antonio.
Right,
Sheesh.
right.
Of course, the large-breasted women were also there. The ones behind Mitch Johnson. You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about, Doug. I gotta say, ESPN did not highlight them though. You know, I just.
I seen Wemby praying with one of the nuns in the beginning too. I was like, oh, there it go.
Oh yeah, the Ducks
I,
were
s-
there, man.
I was like,
It
oh
didn't
my
help.
goodness. Yeah, not today. Yeah,
Yeah,
it didn't help today. But yeah, it's listen.
yeah. The NBC broadcast, or was it NBC? I'm not sure. Did a lot better job of highlighting those ladies behind Mitch Johnson than
Yeah.
ESPN did. Yeah, that's like. I love having Barkley in them of it, but you
Yeah,
know.
Barkley always gonna tell it like it is.
Oh yeah.
Barkley's a trip.
They were loving Cat, and you know what? They're right. I mean, I was impressed by Cat. Just, I mean, I keep saying it, but like, he just they, I was okay. So I don't think it's gonna be sweet because I think Cat is a knucklehead, and he's gonna have some knucklehead moments. He's gonna have some foul out moments, and maybe with
Right.
Scott Foster there, this wasn't the day. But you know, the Knicks didn't even have to play that OG Anunoby on Wemby card that they hold.
Right.
Apparently, OG's like the best defender against Anunoby.
Yep. Yep.
Or sorry, Anunoby's the best
And the
defender
best
against
guard.
Wemby.
Yeah, yeah. He got
Um,
long arms. He's really, really strong, but he also got long
yeah,
arms too.
super
So
strong.
yeah,
Yeah. So they didn't even have to play that card. I mean, I don't think he guarded him maybe one position or something. So
yeah.
the Knicks still have some things they can play. And the Spurs, and I think we just didn't see all of Castle that we can see. I mean, he had pretty good numbers, but he could be even more forceful and right, get into pick and rolls with Wemby. So
Hmm.
Fox hit some shots, you know, could be a different game, right?
Right.
Tied
Right.
95 with 2 minutes left. I think when it was 95-86 Knicks, I was like, this game's over.
Yeah.
And the Spurs
Yeah.
tied it up, but yeah, I mean, sometimes you only have so many bursts in you. So,
Yeah. I feel like
um,
with Fox though, he just needs to drive. he's fallen in love with the three when he never was a 3-point shooter. His game was defense and scoring on fast breaks and penetrating to the hole. So like Fox just need to go ahead and go do that, and he can pass out because he's got players with him. So he's got to learn how to take his game back to his old ways and stop trying to change up. But a lot of these players do that though. That's the thing that kills me more than anything. They try to change their game up when they know their craft and that's their craft. Get to the hole and score. And that's how he usually was doing it with the Kings. So he wasn't a knockdown three shooter as much, but he did knock him down when he had the chance. But like now, no, they can't even do it now because he's just constantly, trying to shoot all the time. So like go ahead and drive the ball. Drive it to the hole. Fox. You got that's your game. That's your game. Do what you need to do.
That's an interesting point, Doug. Right. It's like he's become a better 3-point shooter, which everyone would think that's great. But now he's taking those 3-point shots instead of driving the hole, creating fouls, creating more opportunities for his teammates. And it's a little bit of the Anthony Edwards also has that. Like he's an amazing 3-point shooter, but man, he's just so good at driving the hole
Yeah.
that 3-point shot takes that away from this game. That's a really good point.
Yeah, because there was a
Um,
couple of times where he was wide open to go baseline. Like there was a lot of times that like you could have just went baseline instead of going behind the pick and shooting that three. Like that was no point of you doing that. Go to the go baseline and go ahead and there's probably gonna be something else available for either just go ahead and go score or attack. But hey,
or get a
I'm
foul on Cat. I mean, they need
yeah,
to start getting Cat in foul trouble because
yep,
Cat was giving Wemby some troubles. And then on the other side, Wemby getting just driven by. I mean, Cat was just doing the hook and drive like he was doing against the Plumlee back, in when I watched him in
play
play
and drop
Charlotte.
60.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously didn't drop 60, but he was driving by Wemby. I
Yeah,
mean, I think Wemby maybe a little too close to him. You don't need to
yeah,
be so close that you can get hooked, right?
yeah,
But
yeah. That's
Wemby's
that's
still
mainly
tall
what it
enough
is.
to affect that three. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully Wemby makes some adjustments there. I mean, Cat's got that unique skill set of that 3-point shooter who can also drive like that. So Wemby just needs to adjust, I think. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the games in this series. Great first game.
Yeah.
Good left-handed battle. You got to get on that lefty line. Talk to your boy Fox. Okay,
I
get
got,
him
I got to.
drive more.
Actually, I need to call him today before I go to work. Make sure we have a little sit down talk.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
him know.
Fox. Get to the hole, man.
Or either I call Pop and let Pop break it down to him because Pop probably do it a little bit
Oh, you
better than
got
I could.
Pop on the line too, Doug. Wow.
Yeah,
All
I got to
right.
call Pop. I might have to
Wow,
call Pop.
man. Okay, just don't call him during nap time. Okay.
Nah, let him. He got to get his
You don't
naps
want to be
in.
waking him up. All right, Doug. So I just wanted to call back to our finals predictions. I had Spurs in 7, and you had Spurs in 6 if they played the Knicks.
Yeah,
All right. So there it is. I also just want to call back that this finals, Knicks Spurs. Guess who predicted this? This
you
guy.
did.
Yeah, man. On our very first episode, I predicted this finals. Okay. So all you bettors can tune in to Profit Times Network. We got some good bets up here. You had Celtics OKC, Doug.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I know you've been beating me round by round, but
yeah. Round by round, I could do that. I guess when I thought it was gonna be OKC, but Spurs. I wasn't thinking it was gonna be their year this year to go to the finals. I was thinking it was gonna be next year.
they are young. Yeah, kind of goes a little bit against
Mm.
NBA history.
Yeah, it definitely made history. So I guess I should have read the script a little bit more and just instead of thinking I was correct on certain ends. So next time I read the script next year.
Okay, that was good. Let's see here. Let's look at it.
You're supposed to be having the Knicks in 6.
Oh no, I had Knicks in 7.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was wrong. You had Knicks in 5, which was also wrong, but much closer. So we can give you the win on that. And then I had Spurs in 6. You had OKC in
Okay,
6.
see.
So I'll
Yeah,
take the win
you
on
won
that
that one.
one. Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Spurs, they still got that alien.
He
See if
might
he
drop
can
30. He
teleport his
might
way
drop
to
30
that
next.
basket.
Yeah, he might drop 30 next game.
Yeah, I think almost he was trying a little too hard this game,
Yeah, he was six
and
for
and
21.
and the Spurs were force feeding him a little much. The Spurs got some great other players, Castle and Harper. I want to see more of them, frankly.
Definitely got to see that, see more of that. Yeah, because they everybody had a bad shooting game. They took a lot of shots. Only person that really had a good shooting game was close to it was Harper because he was 6 for 10. So I mean, he was 60% compared to Wemby's 6 for 21 and Fox was 3 for 13 and that's 4 for 11. So I mean, you know, a lot of them compared to the Knicks, what Brunson had was 12 for 31, and OG was what he was close to 50%. He was 6 for 12, but I think it was really if Brunson would have had his was shots were falling a little bit more earlier in the game, it wouldn't have been close. It wouldn't have been close.
Yeah, that's fair, man. I had a couple of big questions coming in this series. Like, is Brunson going to be able to score against these guys? I think that was a resounding yes to that. And then also, who's going to guard Wemby? And it turned out, I was thinking probably OG, but it turned out Cat guarded him. Did
Yep.
a pretty great job. So
Yep.
I, I don't know if that's going to continue, but I think it'll be on a game-to-game basis. Yeah,
Hmm.
and nice job by Cat. Who would you say was the key to the game for the Knicks? Who was the best player for the Knicks? The most important?
Shamet. If he
Shamet.
wouldn't, he was a spark off the bench that they needed. He was the spark that they needed because like I said, with the fact that Bridges wasn't scoring, I mean they needed that extra points, and Shamet was it. He made that difference for them because even though Hart was getting his rebounds, but you know Hart did other things too compared to just getting not scoring. He was getting rebounds. 15 rebounds is really important, and those 6 assists and then those 4 steals compared to Bridges is 9 points, three rebounds, 3 assists, and then 2 steals. But he had a turnover. Josh Hart didn't have no turnover either. That's another thing. He played got all the rebounds and everything, didn't have no turnovers. So that was
And all
another
those
thing.
assists. Yeah.
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 So
Shaman. I wasn't expecting Shaman. I was
yeah.
thinking more of a Cat versus Brunson there.
Nah, I expect that from them. I like I said, I even said that Cat does need to step it up to help win this game too. It can't be just Brunson. But he did what he needed to do, so I expected him to do something in this game to help them win if they win. But Shamet really was the extra help that they needed. And he always
Yeah,
does
and
that in the
they
playoffs
even
too.
played Shaman and Josh Hart together.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does it in the
Shaman's a
playoffs.
big playoff performer, man.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely a playoff performer. I'm like, wait a minute, he shoot like that, and he's won a. I think he won a ring with somebody too. Just can't remember who it was, but yeah, he's something else, man. I I usually hate when he's playing on the game when he's on the game because his jumper is too easy to make. Like with the on the game, his jumper is like really just easy to shoot.
You're talking
So
about NBA 2K?
yes, on the game. So like that would be person I just pass the ball if I want to get easy points right there. But I see. Yeah, I guess it's like that in real life then.
Which 2K are you playing? You got
I'm
the
I'm playing.
newest one?
Yeah, I'm playing the newest one. I do all of them, but like it just when I play, I try to just find out certain players that can shoot threes. If I'm going to pass the ball to them and they're wide open, yeah, he's the main person I would look for whenever I'm doing that too. I put him in there so they'll be thinking I'm having Brunson go all the way to the hole. Nope, Shaman for three. Like so,
Nice.
yeah, you gotta use the people for what they were. Like when back in the day when the Spurs had their players and when they played and they beat LeBron and them, I would play with that team, and Danny Green would be the person I would pass the ball to, shoot the three all the time in the corner or either on the wing. So I mean, it was the Danny Green show.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. What system you got it on?
Xbox.
Xbox. Oh, I should pick
Yeah.
that up. Pick that up. All right, buddy. All right. Well, hey, great show. Good seeing you, Doug. And
Oh yeah,
everybody, we probably do another one maybe next Tuesday or something. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in. Like,
oh yeah.
subscribe, 5 star. Dropping Dimes guys on Instagram and droppingdimes.riverside.com. See our feed. We got it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, everywhere.
Love
And
it.
we're gonna hopefully keep this going even into the off season. Got it, the NBA draft coming up. We got all the trades and stuff. Some people would say July is the greatest time of the year for the NBA with all the trades and stuff. So we'll hopefully keep this going. And thanks for listening thus far. And I'll see you after game 3. Cheers.